On horses, on the hunt for a VW bus. Yes, we are. Got my two sisters with me, and we are in an undisclosed location looking for this elusive bus that's apparently in a barn out here.
Envelope full of cash.
Alright, so we got two front wheels going.
Wow!
Yeah, baby.
Rat Haven.
Look at that. In a world of restoration, things don't always go as planned. In this episode, we're going to take a hard look at our front suspension design and make some key changes. We've invested a lot of time and effort into this custom suspension, but it's become clear to me that some of the parts just aren't working out. It's time to swallow my pride and make some adjustments. All right, hello friends, back again. This is a little recap of episode 38, where we talked about lowering the buses and what it takes, and body drops. Went over some sketches and designs of the front suspension. We got into tearing apart the old front beam here. And we got our new beam cut down and welded up with all the new tabs. We cut down the torsion springs and redimpled them. And we made the tie rod links, got them all nice and drilled and tapped. Let's get into the next episode. Alright guys, so as we've gone along on this build, we've kind of made some changes on the fly of the front suspension design. So I went back to my CAD model, remodeled it all. So we're going to be replacing some of the problematic parts with new ones that will better serve the design. And as we work through the suspension, we're going to finally get to play with the hydraulic system here. Let's go get these parts.
Hey, what's up? Heading down to Empire Laser to pick up some more parts for the bus project, and also heading over to Alro to pick up some sheets of aluminum 5052 and some, I think it's 1006 or 1008 cold rolled steel to finish up the fabrication. I got a star that I made in the back seat there that I'm delivering to a good customer of mine, and we'll get the day going here. Hit the gym this morning, feeling good, and let's get going. Come on, baby. That's a little hole.
Alright, just picked up my pots. Alright, we're at Alro Metals, picking up some sheet metal. And now we wait while they find my stuff. My wheels are blinging over there. Loading it up. We're not sure why, but the sales guy had them put OSB between each sheet, so I got looks like 6 sheets of plywood. Alright, so these are some pieces that I just picked up from Grant over at Empire Laser to replace the pieces in the bus. So these are the two pieces that go up. This one holds the booster, and this one holds the other hydraulic. On the other side, I had to make more clearance here for the steering, and that's a new bottom piece. So another 250 bucks, but you got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to sand these up and. Alright, sorry for all the noise. Got AC and the compressor running, but I'm going to use this little guy here. These are like 25, 30 bucks on Amazon or wherever. And it puts this really cool bevel on there. Probably won't even hardly notice it once these parts are painted, but it finishes off the part nice. It only takes a few minutes. Check it out. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it looks pretty cool. Alright, so the pieces that I'm replacing are this piece, and this piece. You can see here where I had cut it and I moved the booster forward an inch. So I got that new piece for that, and I had to make this change here too, make it wider. And then this guy goes up there, and this one goes up there. So I gotta cut all these, everything's just tacked in, so I gotta cut all these tack welds out and get these in. Alright, when you're doing shit like this, you gotta be willing to cut shit out and make changes, I guess. Alright, so here's some word to the wise. When you make a tack weld, which is what I have right there, which I'm trying to get out, I cannot get in there. I can't get in there with the angle grinders. Can't get in with the 4.5-inch grinder, so I'm gonna try to use the little chisel-matic and see if I can just chisel it off, because I can't get in there. So it would have been better for me to put a tack maybe down there and have that one there or something. Pain in the ass. Alright, I'm getting it. Alright, well, it looks kind of naked down there right now. Alright, so I'm retrofitting this piece in here. The old piece is down there. I had to change this dimension, and I moved the booster forward an inch. And so the thing I love about the laser cutting is just how perfect it is and how it just notches back in. I got everything self-jigs and self-aligns, and so this clamp, I probably could even take that clamp off. So now that it's in, and it's just holding itself in there, and everything is all aligned, perfectly square. You know, there's not, it's just a great way to do it. So when you're designing stuff like this, make everything notch in, and it'll just align for you. Pretty sweet. Alright, so just to show you how this all jigs in here, so this piece here, this holds the booster, goes up in here, and I'm replacing this piece and that other piece, and it just like that, just locks in. So I'll just put a couple clamps on to hold it while I tack it all in place. Alright, here's the first look of the bus on hydraulics. She is sitting on the ground. The front needs to go a little teeny bit more, but if I put the bumpers on, it would be sitting on the bumper for sure. Alright, I'll admit that's a little bit violent, but I'm pretty excited. I am. Look at the smile on my face. A year and a half I've been fucking working on this. A year and a half of all of this metal fab and modifying and customizing to get this thing to sit on the ground. A year and a half of working on this thing. Probably about, on average, 10 to 20 hours a week. So when you wonder why fabrication costs so much in these high dollar builds that people do, it's because the amount of hours that goes into this stuff is insane. But there it is. Pretty happy. So now I can finish up this fab. Everything's just tacked together right now, all of the suspension. And so I can finish up the fab, get everything welded. And obviously I need flow controls on the hydraulics so that it'll be nice and slow coming down and not be like slamming down like that. So I'm actually messing my floor up with this thing right now. But I've just been so excited to play with it. But so it's just kind of rigged up right now, the hydraulics. But I'll show you. So I just got the pump rigged up on a battery. And it's just one ram right now too, so once the weight's in, the two rams are going to be no problem at all putting this thing up and down. Oh yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know the drill. And I'll see you at the next one. Peace. Alright, so working on the bus here, and I'm measuring for the rear shocks, and I'm like, wow, this is so weird. Like the one side is measuring, you know, let's say I'd got a measurement of like 13 and a half from the ground to a certain hot spot, and the other side is like 14 and a half. And I'm like, what is going on? And I'm measuring all different things. And then I look at the tire, and I just realized that all of this time I have had the rear tire on the passenger side front and the front tire on the passenger side rear. So they've been swapped. So that's why I've been in the front too. I was getting these weird measurements like, why is this side so much higher? You know, thinking that I like really messed something up. So now I get to take that rear suspension all back apart, get that wheel out, because you got to dismantle the whole goddamn thing to get the wheel off. The next episode, we're going to be hand making the front lower panel for the tub. We will be laying out and making the wheel tub top panels, as well as the center access hatch. Looking forward to seeing you guys at the next one. Peace.